with another gameplay video looking at Amiga conversions to the Mega Drive. So this one is Humans. Now, the only version of this that I've ever played before is Evolution Dino Dudes on the Atari Jaguar. Now I think this was an Amiga game, I might be wrong, originally. Yeah, the music on this sounds pretty much the same as the Jaguar. It's not quite high quality sound as the Jaguar one was, but yeah, it's pretty similar. I remember seeing this and thinking this looks similar to the Jaguar game, and then I read into it a little bit more and realised that it's the same game pretty much. I think the graphics are slightly different, and you know they've changed some of the menus, but essentially yeah, it's the same. It's not to everyone's taste. I remember getting it for the Jaguar and being a little bit disappointed that it didn't look amazing. It looked a little bit like a 16-bit game, and having seen this, yeah, it is, it's just a port. But essentially what you've got to do is control different characters and get them to the exit, a little bit like Lemmings. But the idea is because you can control different people, the puzzles are part of that. Oops. Oh. That's a bit monotonous, isn't it? Oh, right. I've done this wrong. You've got to get that spear, so you've got to get them to stand on each other. Like so. Yeah, this really does look like an Amiga game, just with the graphics on it. Really kind of quite simple, but quite detailed sprites and layers. If that kind of makes sense. Like the Amiga games weren't necessarily flashy in their visuals, you know, like not massive, chunky, fast-moving sprites, but the ones that were there were pretty well detailed. You can't jump, can you? I haven't played this for so long. Oops. There's a game on iOS called Tokitori, and that's quite similar in a way. You're playing these little chicks, and you've got to control them around, and I think you can warp through walls, or at least like 1 tile thick. I think that might have been inspired by this somewhere online. But yeah, it's pretty slow. You've got to make sure you're pressing the right button. Oh, that's it. Okay. So you don't have to take them to the exit then. I was talking bollocks, as per usual. Humans invent weapon, the spear. Yeah. The difficult thing here is, because I've never played the Amiga version, I can't really compare it to that. But it seems pretty similar to the Jaguar. I can't remember if the levels are the same or not. Or, you know, like whether the Jaguar version had different different levels or not. Oh, bollocks! But the gameplay's the same. Right, so you press... I don't get this. Right, so you... Oh! I see. Okay, you hold it down. Oh, bollocks. Oh, I've cocked that up. I didn't mean to do that. I meant to jump. Yeah, I want to restart. The one thing the Jaguar version does have is there's a witch doctor near the beginning of the game, and he shouts, "Buy another Jaguar cart," but it's reversed, so it's this weird sound he makes, but if you reverse the sound, it's "Buy another Jaguar cart." Yeah, let's see if I can do 2 at a time. I tend to be a bit impatient with these kind of games. Yeah, the game's quite a lot like those puzzles where you've got to get so many people across a bridge with a flashlight, and you can only take 2 at a time. You've got one flashlight between them, and it's how do you do it without cocking it up or getting people across a river on a boat that can only take, well, it's like a raft, isn't it, that only takes a couple of people. Right. Okay, switch to the last guy, pick that up. Yeah, I do find with a lot of console conversions to the Mega Drive, there's always a lot of kind of random button oh, that was close. Random button pressing, just trying to figure out what's what, because you can't click directly on the screen. It tends to be one button will like select one menu or a part of another one. Another one's like simulating your left mouse button, and the other one's your right mouse button, but it's never really that intuitive. Right. Yeah, the thing that's kind of interesting to note is that the game has an option at the beginning for whether you want music or whether you want sound effects, and I find that really odd because the Mega Drive's got quite a lot of sound channels, so it's a little bit odd. Do I need to do this or not? I'm not sure. Nope, you can't throw the spear from... Oh, oops! Didn't you? Okay. I was trying to throw it from the top guy just in case it fell, but I don't think that matters. I think the problem here is that I'm going to hit him with the spear again. Yeah, it's been ages since I've bought this. I got this at Play back in, was it May? In Blackpool, and I saw this at, it was Console Passion that had it, and I was kind of umming and ahhing about whether to buy it or not, because it's a Genesis game. It never came out on the Mega Drive, and it's not the cheapest of games. And I'd looked for it on eBay, and it was quite expensive. It doesn't come up very often, so I just thought, sod it, I'll just get it. And fortunately, it was still there the following year. Right, I think this guy I can take. Will he die? Yes, he'll die. But yeah, it's very odd that this never came out in PAL territories. How many do I need? Do I need to get all of them back, or is it just one to hit that switch? Oh! Oh no. Oh, bugger. I've cocked this up. Yeah, I've cocked this up. I can't do it. No, I couldn't hit the switch with the Spear, no, that's cocked up. And on that note, I think I'll leave it there. Yeah, this game's really slow going. It's perhaps a good stress reduction game, but you've really got to have the patience for it because it's so much switching around. And the difficult thing is, it's just, you can see at the bottom of the screen, these actions are just a little bit slow and fiddly to switch between, so you've really got to have the patience for it and just remember the options, a bit like Lemmings really, I suppose. But yeah, I quite enjoy playing these kind of games. It's just, you've got to be in the mood for it. So yeah, thanks very much for watching, and I hope to be back with another video soon.